In this lesson, you will learn about types of angles. So we're going to talk about three different types of angles today. Our first angle that we are going to talk about is this angle right here. So this angle is a right angle or a 90-degree angle. And this angle, it doesn't matter how we twist and turn it. We can look at it in many different ways. It doesn't matter how we twist and turn. It's always going to measure 90 degrees. This angle is called a right angle or a 90-degree angle. And I'm going to show you why that's a 90-degree angle by using this right here. This is a protractor. What we're going to do is we're going to measure it right here with the center line right on this vertex. You're going to line it up, and you will see if we follow the line up, it measures at exactly 90 degrees. So this angle, you can call it a 90-degree angle or a right angle. So it measures exactly 90 degrees. The second angle that we're going to talk about is this angle right here. So this angle is called an acute angle. It's going to measure less than 90 degrees. So if I use my protractor again, line it up exactly like I did the last one on its vertex, you will see that if I follow this line around, it's going to be approximately 65 degrees. It's a little bit more than 65, maybe 66. And 66 is less than 90 degrees. And when you have an angle that's less than 90 degrees, then it is called an acute angle. Okay, and then the last angle that we're going to talk about today is this angle here. And you can see that this is a lot wider than the ones that we've been looking at. So I'm going to measure this one, again, right on that center vertex. I'm going to follow the line around. But this time, this one is approximately 117. It's sitting between that 115, 120. And 117 is more than 90 degrees. And when you have an angle that's more than 90 degrees, then those angles are called obtuse angles. So we have three different angles. We have our right angle, 90 degrees, our acute angle, less than 90 degrees, and our obtuse angle, which is more than 90 degrees. So we could take a look at our right angle in a couple of different ways. We can maybe see our right angle written like this, because remember, we can twist and turn it. It doesn't matter how we twist and turn. It's always going to measure 90 degrees, so it's always going to be a right angle. But sometimes you'll see this little box in it. That little box means 90 degrees. You could also see it drawn sideways like this, and it might just be labeled without a box. It might be labeled 90 degrees, and that would also be called a right angle. So an acute angle, this is where things can get a little tricky. You got to be very careful with them. You could be looking at an angle that looks just like a right angle. But if it doesn't have the little box and it's labeled 89 degrees, 89 degrees is less than 90. So therefore this angle would be called an acute angle. And you could also see it like this. And you could see it like this. You can see that that opening there is a lot smaller than 90 degrees. Your obtuse angle, you could also see it very similar to that right angle. It could look exactly like it. But again, if it doesn't have that little box or not labeled, you have to be very careful. So this one could be labeled 92 degrees. Well, 92 is more than 90. So if it's labeled more than 90, then this has to be an obtuse angle. And you could see an obtuse angle like this as well. You can see how much bigger that is. So these are your three different types of angles. You have a right angle, 90 degrees, an acute angle, less than 90 degrees, and an obtuse angle, more than 90 degrees.